Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I want to talk about me being an international student in Asia, Malaysia specifically, and how my experience have been so far. I'm an international student from Bolivia in South America, and I've been living in this country for 2 years now. I really like the country. That's why I chose it. Malaysia is one of the best countries to study in Asia, I would say, specifically referring to language, because majority of the people speak English. Well, I'm talking about Kuala Lumpur. I know some other students go to different parts of Malaysia, but I live in Kuala Lumpur, and I want to make sure that you guys know these are my experiences only, and not every student has the same experiences as I have. Living here, it has a good price range, and you can do a lot of so starting with the college, my university doesn't have many international students, I will say. It's located in Subang Jaya, and it's pretty easy to go because there's a train station nearby, and I live nearby a train station, so it's just 4 stations away, and then I just walk to the college. The people have been extremely nice to me. I kind of got some culture shocks, I would say, but not many of them that are like telling me, oh, this is so different. People in Malaysia are extremely nice, they're extremely friendly. Okay, so when it comes to education, I will say it depends on the university. A lot of universities have bad reputations, so if you're planning to study in Malaysia, I will say do your research, because some universities will have bad reputation, especially with international students. I know a few universities that have a lot of international students and they don't know how to manage them, and a lot of them have bad relationships with immigration, and that can literally determine how they renew the visas and all that. To come to the country, mostly you will contact the university, and they will like contact you with an agent, and you will have to give all the papers and all of that in order for them to apply for your visa. So make sure that you do this, with a time frame before you want to study. Mine, it took around 3 months to get everything done, because nobody from my country has ever studied in Malaysia, so it took a little bit longer. But just make sure that your college has agents, and they will help you doing the documents and all of that. Make sure to have everything ready and all that. Okay, when it comes to immigration status, international students majority of them get 1 year visa, depends on what you're gonna study and how much time. So, and you gotta renew it every year. The price, as what I know, is around 800 to 1,000 ringgit, but depends on the university. So I don't know when it comes to that. And you gotta renew it every year. Depends on university how many months before you leave. Is also depending on the university that is dealing with immigration, because a lot of universities don't have as many international students, so they do it in some periods of time frame. So make sure to ask them, and if you need help or any inquiries, or you need to leave early or all that, make sure to ask your university about this. And when university is not helpful, like what happened to me once, I actually contacted EMGS, that is like their organization that manages the documents before submitting it to immigration, or you can even ask to immigration directly. I did that, and everybody was extremely helpful. When it comes to safety in the country as an international student, I think it depends where you live and where you want to go to. I will say where I live, it's fairly safe. There's stores 24 hours in front of me, and I believe I'm safe 24 hours in here. When I came to Malaysia, I live in another neighborhood called SS15 that wasn't as safe, so I moved out from there, and it was not very clean. So when it comes to safety, I think you should know what it cannot do, and if you have any questions, you can ask the college which places are safe or not, and all of that. Transportation, I will say that you should also be careful using e-hailing services, because has been instances that it might not be safe, so you should also be careful with that. But other than that, it's alright. Just make sure to know where you live and with what kind of people you're hanging out with, and you'll be fine. Okay, one more thing about security that I would like to say is that the police has been extremely helpful with me. I actually, once they stole my wallet, but the police was extremely helpful when I did the report, and they were extremely helpful, even though they were nice, they were welcoming. I did the report, and they even went to the mall. We checked the security cameras, and we then kind of tried to identify the man, but we couldn't find it. But at the end, he called me, and I got my wallet back. So whatever, he stole the money, but okay. The second time I lost my wallet again, I did the police report that you need to renew all these cards, and they are extremely helpful as of now. They helped me a lot. They were extremely welcoming, and so that I'm gonna give the police props to that when they were helpful when I needed them. When it comes to expenses, I will say that depends what are your needs, and I think you can definitely manage your money. It depends what you need and what you need. So not every international student is gonna spend the same amount of money. For example, I don't have a car. A lot of international students have cars. I don't have one. I use public transportation. That it depends where you go to, but you can get the student card, and it's gonna be 50% off every fare that you're gonna travel to. When it comes to food, the price is alright if you're gonna cook or you're gonna eat out. There are plenty of options in Malaysia. Malaysians have so many restaurants everywhere, and all of them are 24 hours. So I'm sure you're gonna be fine. Housing is something that it's crazy about Malaysia. I've never seen a country, or I don't know, for me it's new. Renting a room is so easy. So when you come to the country, don't be afraid to search for yourself. I know a lot of students want to go to the school dorms if there's one available, but finding a room or renting a house in Malaysia is extremely easy. You don't need many documents. Most likely you need a photocopy of your passport, and that was everything I needed. I didn't even need a letter from my school that I'm studying. Renting a house or room in Malaysia, it's so easy. You don't need police background check. You don't need insurance. You just rent it, and most likely you will delay a deposit, and that's it. And you're gonna sign a contract that I'm not sure about how the legalities of it, because I think the law of contracts kind of change within the 2 years, so you should be informed about it. But if you come to Malaysia, you can find plenty of options. But I think that's a disadvantage, because I'm a international student that's studying journalism and mass communications, and I've been doing some stories about discrimination within renting rooms. So that should also be an alert for you when you search a room. So if you see some sort of discrimination, go to the next one. You don't need to deal with that. I even experienced discrimination when it comes to renting, and it happens a lot here. I'm not gonna deny that. Some nationalities are not as welcome as others when it comes to renting in Malaysia, and I've noticed that. When it comes to nightlife, Malaysia is great. I'm not gonna deny that there's plenty of clubs, plenty of them. A lot of them are great. Some of them are not as safe. So do your research. Generally, go for the I go for the international clubs if I want to go out. There's a lot of bars and a lot of options if you want to go out. Restaurants. There's literally so many malls in Malaysia. It's crazy. There's so many malls. Most of them have a cinema incorporated, and the movies are not as expensive depending on the mall, but generally it's not very expensive. So going out, it's great in Malaysia. I have a blast meeting new people from a lot of nationalities. It's been great. I think the exposure to different cultures from Asia is one of my favorite things about this country. I met friends from almost everywhere in Asia, from Egypt, Iran, Philippines, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, and it's great. There's many of them, and you can make new friends. And I know some people have hard time making friends, but most people in Malaysia are great. Okay, I think that is a quick recap of being an international student. I want to make more videos about it, but I just want to do a quick recap about what it's like being an international student in Malaysia. Not everybody's gonna have the same experiences. Depends on the college, the city that you're going to study, the university, the area that you're gonna live, what are your needs and what aren't your needs. And I wanna make more videos about it, but I think this is enough for this video. If you'd like to know about being international student in Malaysia, or you want me to make a video about different things like working, if it's allowed, renting, the budget that you generally need, just leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to do one. So thank you, follow me on my social medias, and I'll see you in the next video.